คะในช่วง Meet the Diplomat ของเราในวันนี้ดิฉันมาอยู่ที่โรงแรม Mandarin Oriental ค่ะซึ่งสถานที่แห่งนี้นะคะเป็นหนึ่งในสถานที่สำคัญที่เป็นจุดของการเริ่มต้นสถาปนาความสัมพันธ์ทางการทูตระหว่างไทยและรัสเซียเราจะเห็นจากภาพถ่ายที่เป็นหลักฐานทางประวัติศาสตร์นะคะที่อยู่ในห้องนี้ค่ะและในวันนี้นะคะดิฉันมีแขกคนสำคัญนั่นก็คือเอกอัครราชทูตรัสเซียประจำประเทศไทยท่านทูตคิริล บาสกี้ค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ Ambassador. So welcome to Meet the Diplomat. And I understand that this year marks a very important year for Russia and Thailand because we have established 120 years of relationship between the two countries. So what would be the highlight of this year relation and cooperation?
Well, thank you for inviting me, and let me start by extending my warmest New Year greetings to all the Thai people. I hope it's going to be a prosperous and joyful and happy year. You're absolutely right. This year we are going to commemorate 120th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Russia and Thailand. It all started many years ago. The first contacts between our countries happened in mid-19th century, and in 1891 the Crown Prince Nicholas, who later became the Emperor Nicholas II, visited Thailand during his around the globe trip. And of course at that time it was the Kingdom of Siam, and he was welcomed by King Chulalongkorn, Rama V, in Bangkok. And in fact we are now talking in Mandarin Oriental Hotel, which is a very remarkable place related to Russian-Thai relations, because Rama V hosted a welcome dinner in honor of Crown Prince Nicholas exactly in this hotel.
All right.
This is what the records show. And the prince spent quite a long time, more than 1 week, in Thailand, in Siam, and that was the beginning of the official relations between the two royal families and the two nations, and personal relationship between Nicholas II and King Rama V. Now we understand that there emerged some chemistry between these two great national leaders, and it was not a surprise that 6 years later, in 1897, during his European tour, King Rama V visited St. Petersburg, at that time the capital of the Russian Empire, and was welcomed by Nicholas II the same way as King Rama V welcomed him 6 years back. And an agreement was reached on establishing diplomatic relations between Russia and Thailand.
So it starts from that point.
Absolutely. So it is going to be 120 years in 2017, and when General Prayut Chan-o-cha, Prime Minister of Thailand, visited my country last May, he announced, altogether with Prime Minister of Russia, Mr. Dmitry Medvedev, that Russia and Thailand will solemnly celebrate 120th anniversary of our diplomatic relations, and the two governments have already started the preparation. The steering committees, respectively in Thailand and in Russia, were established, and they are now winding up the elaboration of plans of celebrations.
We talk about the bilateral relations. Apart from cultural side, what are the highlighted or the outstanding cooperation that Thailand and Russia have shared together during 120 years?
Of course, our relations were always very friendly, and the tone for this relationship was set by King Rama V and Emperor Nicholas II. But at the same time, for most of the 20th century, our economic cooperation lacked dynamism. We had quite a big bilateral trade. In 2013 and 14, it reached almost $5 billion, and which made Thailand the biggest trading partner of Russia among ASEAN countries. But for such countries as Russia and Thailand, this is of course not enough, and we should work harder to enhance our economic, trade, investment cooperation. And this will be the highlight of the anniversary year in our relations. Altogether with the cultural activities and performing companies, we will bring business people to Thailand, and Thai business community is welcome to visit Russia and to check out the opportunities which are existing on the Russian market.
So now we know quite a lot more about the bilateral relations. Let's talk about the international level. Now interested in Russia because Russia is the powerhouse on economic and politics. So what would be the challenges for Russia, your country, this year?
Of course, we are facing numerous challenges like all other nations in the world and the whole international community. 2016 was a very difficult year. We had many problems, global issues aggravated, and regional conflicts were unraveling. The world economy was struggling and still remained very sluggish. However, with all those difficulties and problems, I personally see the first signs of rebalancing of international relations and recovery of the world and regional economy. If nations throughout the world start cooperating with each other on an equal basis, with mutual respect and due consideration of interests of each other, we may be heading for better times in the international relations.
So now the United States, you have a new leader, Donald Trump, and he usually said that he likes your president so much in the news headline or in the media, and he will appoint a foreign minister who has close relationship with Russia as well. So what do you think that this will shape the relationship between Russia and the US?
The American people made their choice. As Mr. Donald Trump, the new president of the United States of America. As President Putin said in many interviews, we will respect the choice of the American people, and we are ready to work with any president that the American people will elect. And of course, we hope that our relations with the United States will be better than they have been in the recent years. And we welcome the statements made by Mr. Donald Trump during the election campaign that he's ready to cooperate closely with Russia on global issues, including on combating terrorism, and that he's ready to establish friendly and partnership relations with the President of Russia. Of course, nobody can reject such a proposal. We all need equal partnership and stable cooperation and security and economic collaboration between all nations, including, and maybe the first and foremost, between big nations such as the United States of America and the Russian Federation. Of course, we will wait and see what will be the policy of the new American administration towards my country. But please believe me that Russia will welcome any constructive proposals on the part of the United States of America, which will help to improve our bilateral relations and make our indispensable contribution to peace, security, and stability in the world.
And with the victory of Donald Trump and also the gaining popularity of the right-wing parties and politicians in many Western countries around the world, so in your opinion, what does it reflect the world direction?
I think it's a very interesting phenomenon which deserves closer study and analysis. But one thing is evident, that it reflects that something has been wrong with many countries, with the policies of their governments, with the status of their societies, with the problems which have been neglected or treated in the wrong way. It also reflects the flaws of the current international relations system and the violation of basic norms and principles of the international law, the ignoring of legitimate interests of the countries. All this put together created a very complicated situation in the world, on the global level, in many regions of the world, on the regional level, and on the national level in many countries, including the United States of America, the European Union and its member states. There are some regions which are burning literally, like the Middle East situation in Syria, and to ensure the peaceful development of this country. Just to name a few, there are so many conflicts in the world now that something has to be done.
ค่ะก็เป็นมุมมองของท่านทูตรัสเซียประจำประเทศไทยนะคะถึงบทบาทของรัสเซียในปีนี้แล้วก็มองว่าโลกในปีนี้จะเป็นอย่างไรนะคะโดยเฉพาะดิฉันชอบมากเลยที่ท่านทูตบอกว่าปีนี้เริ่มเห็นแล้วว่ามันมีการ rebalancing ของ international relations ก็คือการปรับสมดุลของความสัมพันธ์ระหว่างประเทศ
แน่นอนนะคะก็อย่างที่ท่านทูตบอกคนอเมริกันก็เลือกเองนะคะผู้นำคนใหม่นี้นะคะโดนัลด์ทรัมป์เอาละค่ะวันนี้หมดเวลาของ International Newsroom ค่ะเราสองคนและทีมงานต้องลาไปก่อนพบกันใหม่เวลาเดิมเช่นเคยวันพรุ่งนี้นะคะสวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ